At the Munich Security Conference, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz delivered a blunt warning to Washington, accusing the United States of drifting away from Europe and signaling that Trump-era pressure tactics are straining the transatlantic alliance. Berlin is now preparing for a future where American security guarantees can no longer be taken for granted.
The battle of cultures of MAGA in the US is not ours. Freedom of speech here ends where the words spoken are directed against human dignity and our basic law. We do not believe in tariffs and protectionism, but in free trade. We stick to climate agreements and the World Health Organization because we are convinced. Because we're convinced that global challenges can only be solved together. Now, the transatlantic partnership is no longer something we can just take for granted. First,
Merz said, the transatlantic relationship has fractured politically and warned NATO can no longer be treated as automatic in an age of great power rivalry.
For 3 generations, trust amongst allies, partners and friends has made NATO the strongest alliance of all times. Europe knows deeply how precious this is. In the era of great power rivalry, even the United States will not be powerful enough to go it alone. Dear friends, being a part of NATO is not only Europe's competitive advantage, it's also the United States' competitive advantage. So let's repair and revive transatlantic trust together.
Merz then pointed to Greenland in a thinly veiled rebuke of US pressure on Denmark, publicly backing Copenhagen and stressing European solidarity with smaller allies.
I suppose that we may have differing opinions more often than in the past. We will negotiate about the right way forward and maybe have to argue about it. But if we do this with new strength, new respect and self-respect, it will be to the benefit of both sides. And by the way, I could feel something of this spirit in the talks we had about Greenland over the recent weeks. And Mette Frederiksen, the Danish Prime Minister, can confirm this. She knows that she can rely on European solidarity. There is no limitation to that.
Merz said, Europe must reduce its excessive dependence on the United States, build a stronger European pillar within NATO, and accelerate defense spending, deterrence, and military readiness to face a more unstable world order. The speech marks a turning point for Germany's post-war foreign policy. Berlin is repositioning itself for a harsher world where alliances are no longer unconditional and power politics has returned to Europe. The message from Munich is unmistakable. Germany is drawing red lines against Trump-era pressure tactics, rejecting MAGA politics, and warning that NATO can only survive if the United States treats Europe as a partner, not as a client.